In this video, I will take you through the process for filing a Notice of Appeal at the JCPC using the UKSC and JCPC Case Management Portal. From your My Cases page on the portal, you will click File a New Case. The system will ask you if you are legally represented. I will select Yes for this. If you select No, it will take you to our eligibility check process, which is covered in a separate video. I'm selecting Judicial Committee of the Privy Council and a Notice of Appeal. You will note other application types are available: PTA, pastoral, veterinary, reference, and application for permission to intervene. These are covered in other videos. The application is split into 4 steps. Step 1, entering the main application information. Step 2, entering party details. Step 3, uploading supporting documents. And Step 4, making payment. This video will cover Step 1, as Steps 2, 3 and 4 have their own videos separately available on our website. Clicking Step 1 will take you into the application. You'll note the application area is split into 4 pages. For haste, I have pre-filled these forms, but I will talk through them as we go. Firstly, the court or body whose decision you're appealing. In this case, I've put the Court of Appeal of Trinidad and Tobago. What country are they in? Who are the judges? Is it a criminal case? Yes or no? Are you applying to cross-appeal in an existing case? If you click Yes here, please supply the court reference number of the case you wish to cross-appeal. Date of the order being appealed. Date permission to appeal granted. The neutral citation number of the judgment and the hearing start date. A brief description of what was cited in the order. This should be quite brief. You don't need to put the full details of the order, as you can upload your full grounds as part of the document upload process later in the application. What are you asking the court to do? Set aside or vary. What are you asking the court to do in relation to the original order? Set aside, restore, or vary. If the civil matter, please tell us the estimated value of the claim. This is because the JCPC fees, which the portal will work out for you, vary depending on the value of the claim. For this example, I'm selecting £100,000 to £500,000. Provide a short summary of the facts of the case. Please do not overthink this. This should be 2 or 3 lines, paragraph at most, just summarising the facts of the case. Your grounds will be a separate document which we'll upload later. You do not need to go into extreme depth in this here. It is a short summary. And finally, keywords to assist in the indexing. Here I've just used judicial review and community care. The second page asks any considerations for this appeal. Are you applying for anonymity? There are 3 options. Yes, I'm applying for anonymity. Yes, I'm applying to extend an existing order for anonymity. Or no, anonymity is not needed. I've selected no on this occasion. If you are applying for an order for anonymity or applying to extend an order for anonymity that was made earlier in the proceedings, you will need to explain the details here and also upload a copy of the anonymity order, if one exists, with your supporting documents later in the application process. Please do not assume that an anonymity order is going to be automatically extended without the court being specifically told that there is an application. The next question, does this case need to be dealt with urgently? If you say yes here, in the box for explaining why urgency is needed, you will need to give us your proposed timeline for this case, including the appeal hearings, the comments of the other parties in relation to the request for urgency, and the relevance of any supporting document you will upload later for your application for it to be dealt with urgently. Please note that if the court grants urgency on a hearing, the hearing will be listed for the convenience of the court at the earliest possible date. Ordinarily, hearings are listed 9 months in advance and are listed for the convenience of parties and the court. If a matter needs dealing with urgently, the priority is getting into court, and you may risk it going in on a date where your counsel are not available. So please think carefully before you apply for urgency. And lastly, are you applying for permission on the other grounds? If you are, you should upload those as part of your supporting documentation later in the application. Page 3 is a continuation of consideration for this appeal. Are you receiving legal aid or its local equivalent? If yes, please put the information in here. Do you need to apply for an extension of time? Yes or no? If you are applying for an extension of time to lodge your notice of appeal, you do not need to make the extension of time application as a separate application with a separate fee. It is included as part of this application. However, if you realise subsequent to submitting this application that you need an extension of time, you will need to file that as a separate application and pay the relevant fee. So please confirm if an extension of time is needed before you complete this application. Are you asking us to depart from previous decision? Yes or no? And if yes, what decision? And some details about that decision. Do you intend to request a hybrid hearing? Hybrid hearing is where one or more of the parties appear by video link and the justices will appear in court. This is something that the court is very happy to accommodate. We are conscious of costs, particularly in JCPC matters, and do not wish to unfairly hamper parties by insisting that counsel travel to London from abroad to hear cases. We are happy to have these done in a hybrid manner to keep costs down for the parties where appropriate. As always, it is preferable that parties appear in person, but not mandatory, so we do allow applications for hybrid hearings. That is something you can make later if you desire. The last page is a chronology of proceedings. Here, we would like you to add the details of the previous hearings in this matter. So, for this example, Court of Appeal Trinidad and Tobago, we said the judgment date was the 12th. Put a neutral citation in. The hearing started on the 28th based on the information we put in before. I recall I put Judge 1, Judge 2. This does replicate some of the information from the first page, but this is to be done for each hearing in the history of this case. So the court you're directly appealing from and the courts that led to that hearing. You must put at least one previous hearing on the chronology of proceedings. Once you have done that and put any additional ones, you can complete this section of the application. You will see the box has gone green. This is because all parts of this application have been filled in. Steps 2, 3 and 4, as I mentioned before, are covered in separate videos, so I will not cover them in detail here, but you would enter your party details, upload your supporting documents and make payments, and then submit the application. This button here, or rather this link, is to export a copy of your application. This serves two purposes. One, so that the application can be downloaded and reviewed off portal, perhaps with a colleague who does not have access to the portal for checking purposes. And secondly, when the court issues this matter, service needs to be done on the respondents. To serve the respondents, you would export a copy of this application and send that to them with the supporting documents that you upload. That constitutes what is known as first service, which is covered in more detail in our service video. So once those are all complete, you would click submit and your application would be reviewed by the court. This concludes this video.